This is the part 3 of the alkene, part 3 of the mind map, but it's actually the second part of the video on alkene. Now this part talk about the advantages and disadvantages of plastic. Now first of all, the chemical name for plastic is polyethylene, okay, and then the structural representation, the representation of the plastic. So plastic can be represented by this. There is an N here, meaning that it is a very long molecule. So this N can be 1000. So you have 1000 of this thing connected together, or it can be represented by this as well. Actually, these two, they are the same, because for example, for this representation, you can expand it, CH2. So CH2, when you expand it, it will become like this. Okay, this is CH2, and then another CH2 that would be like that. Okay, and then on both sides you can do it like this, and so this one is the same with this. So that's why all these are the same, are the representation of plastic. It means that this N basically shows that it is a very long chain polymer. So it is a polymer, means that it's very long. There are a lot of carbon atoms involved. Now let's look at the advantages and the disadvantages of plastic. Advantages over natural materials such as wood, metal, and cotton. Light, tough, and waterproof. All this, you know, durable, and it is very cheap, because just a packet of plastic bag may set you back for only about $2. You go to a supermarket, just a few dollars, you can buy a lot of plastic bags, easily molded into various shapes. So these are the advantages of plastic. Disadvantages would be mainly non-biodegradable, meaning that plastic cannot decompose by bacteria in the soil, so it is bad to the environment. And also it is very flammable. Fire spread very quickly. It may not be able to catch fire very fast, but once it catches fire, it can spread very quickly for plastic. To dispose of plastic, we burn it. So the process is called incineration. When polyethylene burns, in excess oxygen, carbon dioxide, and water vapor are produced. But some plastic, for example PVC pipe, those piped underneath or below your sink. Okay, a lot of households below the sink, they use PVC pipe. It's a type of plastic, and when this type of plastic burns, it produces a poisonous gas called hydrogen chloride, HCl. And when this HCl dissolves in water, it will give us our hydrochloric acid. So the conclusion is that the best disposal method for plastic is still incineration, because it saves us a lot of space. By burning plastic, we don't need a very large space for disposing, for landfill the plastic. So the best method for us, for Singapore, we still burn plastic. So we try to manage the air pollution part. Okay, this is part 4 and 4 of the alkenes mind map. So similarities and the differences between alkenes and alkanes. Similarities, both are hydrocarbons. Both alkenes and alkynes contain only carbon and hydrogen, so they are called hydrocarbon. And both are flammable. On complete combustion, they produce carbon dioxide and water vapor. In complete combustion, they will produce carbon monoxide and water vapor instead. The differences between alkanes and alkenes. Alkanes contains carbon-carbon single bond. Alkenes contains carbon-carbon double bond. Alkenes are unreactive. Okay, alkenes, because of the fact that they have carbon-carbon double bond, and when this carbon-carbon double bond is broken, something else, some other elements can be added to it. So alkenes is reactive because of the carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, that can easily be broken. Alkanes do not decolorize aqueous bromine. When you add alkanes to bromine, the reddish brown color of bromine still remain. However, when you add alkenes to bromine, the reddish brown color of bromine will be decolorized. And then the reactions the alkanes undergo will be combustion, cracking, and substitution. So remember, substitution is unique for alkanes. And remember that cracking is not a chemical reaction the alkenes undergo. Alkenes is a product of the cracking reaction, but alkenes doesn't undergo cracking. So the reactions the alkenes undergo will be combustion, same with alkanes, addition reaction, alkanes doesn't undergo addition, and polymerization. So in some books, polymerization is classified as a type of addition reaction. Okay, so there are many types of addition reaction: hydrogenation, bromination, hydration, and polymerization. And all these reactions alkenes undergo. And alkenes burn with smokier flame. That means the flame has more smoke, black smoke like soot, than alkanes. Why? Because alkenes has a higher percentage of carbon. Alkene has a higher percentage of carbon. Alkane has a lower percentage of carbon. That's why alkane, the smoke produced when you burn alkane is actually lesser compared to burning alkene. And alkane is also more flammable than alkene. Now it's the fats and oil. Now remember, fats is mainly from animals, except of course, for example, coconut oil and palm oil. They have a lot of fats and saturated fats. So for fats, they are from animals, and they are solid at room temperature and pressure. Fats molecules are straight. Okay, since they are solid, they must be in layers. They are straight. Fats, there are two types of fats. You have saturated fats, you have unsaturated fats. And for fats, it mainly contains saturated molecules. That's why an unsaturated fat is not good, because it increases the amount of bad cholesterol and reduces the amount of good cholesterol. So saturated fat is not good. And since fats are mainly saturated, so animal fats are generally not healthy. And unsaturated fats, oil, so another type of fats would be unsaturated fat. So unsaturated fat, as the name suggests, it must have carbon-carbon double bond. Saturated fats only carbon-carbon single bond. So another category is oil. Oil is mainly from plants. And first thing that you need to know is oils are usually liquid at room temperature and pressure, and oil molecules are not straight because it's a liquid, so they are not straight. They are not in layers. Fats are mostly unsaturated. So fats have, oil are mainly unsaturated. So oil has a lot of carbon-carbon double bond. Okay, oil contains mostly unsaturated molecules except coconut oil and palm oil. So coconut oil and palm oil, they are actually they contains a lot of unsaturated molecules. Okay. And this is mainly for extra information. So for fats, you must know that it is from animals. For oil, it is from plants. Two types of fats. Oil mainly contains unsaturated molecules. Okay, that will conclude alkenes.